Caitlin Clark is an underdog. Serena told Caitlin Clark,
I just love that she tries to stay grounded, and she says she doesn't. What did she say? She doesn't have a social. She doesn't look at her social, and I get it. I don't either, and I think it's so important to continue to do what she's doing, and no matter what other people do, then.
Angel Reese's way of padding her stats has become concerning, as she keeps accumulating impressive numbers in games that are essentially already decided.
Reese, watch this clip. She says the following. Go ahead and play it. She needs a lot of attention. Go ahead.
We watching women's basketball. It's not just because of one person. It's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that. Like, it's not just because of one person.
We don't get to say, well, Joe Rogan is number one, and we are important too, because of that's not how podcast and competition works. You know who tells you you're good? The flipping market tells you're good. By the way, You know when's the last time I watched a WNBA game? Never. Till today. I've still not watched a WNBA.
Her recent game against the Indiana Fever perfectly illustrates this pattern. Even with the Fever holding a commanding lead, Angel Reese stayed on the court, intent on padding her double-double record. In the final minutes, while the Fever star players were resting on the bench, Reese took advantage of the situation, scoring points and grabbing rebounds against the bench players.
Against Caitlin Clark, okay? They have this big game going on. Neither one of them are the best teams in the league, but she gets fouled, Caitlin Clark does, and this is how Angel Reese, who she became a champion, by the way, in college. I think she won the championship. Caitlin Clark in the championship.
Exactly, 2 years ago.
However, for whatever reason, the audience likes watching Caitlin more because she's more exciting than Angel. But watch what she says after the way she fouls Caitlin Clark. Go ahead and play this clip.
For inside, I think we were playing really hard. I think we went up really strong a lot of times, and we didn't get a lot of calls. And going back and looking at the film, I've seen a lot of calls that weren't made. I guess some people got...
She finished the game with 10 points and 11 rebounds, but the way she achieved those numbers has drawn criticism from fans and analysts alike. Dwayne Wade openly called out Reese for inflating her stats during garbage time, frustrating many who viewed her actions as unsportsmanlike. His comments sparked a broader debate about whether Reese's impressive double-double streak truly reflects her performance. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark's outstanding game, leading the Fever to a dominant victory with 31 points and 12 assists, has been largely overshadowed by the controversy surrounding Reese's tactics.
Clark does maybe better than anybody in sports right now, makes it about others, makes it about team. Think about it. When's the last time you didn't see Caitlin Clark talking about a teammate? When's the last time you saw Caitlin Clark talking about herself or any of the accomplishments that she has had? Let me give you the answer to that. Never! Never! You never hear that. Now, that's why their team has gotten good. She could have been an egomaniac. Everybody in the league knows that she is the league.
Rather than celebrating Clark's remarkable achievements, much of the conversation has shifted to Reese's questionable stat padding tactics as the WNBA season progresses. It's now uncertain whether Angel Reese will continue to chase stats during blowout losses, or if she will adopt a more sportsmanlike approach, focusing on helping her team improve despite the score.
Falling off the map in the second half of the season. Why? Well, they got a star, right? Everybody tells me Angel Reese is an absolute star. Look at all the double-doubles. Oh, my God. Well, Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky have made it about Angel Reese, not about the Chicago Sky. Even last night, if you look at it, what they have, Barbie night. We're giving out towels, blah, 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 blah. And when you see Angel Reese, what does she do? She's walking in with look at me outfits. It's about me. When you see Caitlin Clark, what do you see? It's about we. Angel Reese is coming off. Hey, look, won the national championship 1 year, got to the Final Four. The next really successful career, but like most that come in the WNBA, nobody cares. So Angel Reese is coming in, and she's swimming upstream two ways. One, her team's not very good. Two, she's second fiddle to the little white girl over here, Caitlin Clark. And that pisses her off. On the second half of the season and the second half of this game, the team that was more together was clearly the Indiana Fever, and the Indiana Fever routed.
One thing is certain. Reese's behavior has sparked an important discussion about what it truly means to play fair and show respect in professional basketball. You wouldn't see the Chicago Sky instructing Elena Del Don to intentionally foul just to rack up free throw points, or asking Tina Charles to do the same. And you certainly wouldn't catch Teresa Weatherspoon keeping a player on the court solely to pad stats when the outcome is already decided. Quite frankly, it makes the Sky appear unprofessional.
People, first of all, I think it's jealousy. I don't want to get in there's a lot of articles out there that are using the R word and talking about this. I think it is pure, unadulterated jealousy. And the last clip from Angel Reese, they're watching me too. They're watching me too. It's like she's begging us to believe in her validation. Whereas the numbers, words talk, Angel, numbers scream, and the numbers are screaming that
Take the moment when Aaliyah Boston received a technical foul right before halftime, heading into the third quarter. If the goal is to win, a coach would normally choose reliable free throw shooters like Lindsay Allen or Rachel Banham. Instead, Teresa Weatherspoon put Angel Reese on the line, highlighting a lack of seriousness that undermines the team's credibility. It's no surprise that players like Kia Nurse, Kennedy Carter, Marina Mabrey, Dana Evans, and Camila Cardoso are eager to move on. Some athletes just want to play basketball, not chase podcast fame, influencer deals, or acting opportunities.
Co-rookie of the year, because Angel Reese is, of course, doing historical things with her double-doubles as a rookie, and Caitlin Clark already has set a million records and looks completely unstoppable, especially when it comes to dishing. And it feels like we are both on the same page here.
Some players enter the WNBA to truly excel at basketball, focusing on refining free throws, post moves, or mid-range shots. Reese, however, seems more invested in starring in flashy commercials than in on-court development, having watched nearly all Chicago Sky games and every Indiana Fever matchup. Her pursuit of double-doubles hasn't contributed meaningfully to team success or morale. The priority appears to be her personal stats, even if it comes at the expense of team chemistry. As Rachel Banham candidly remarked in a post-game interview, "If getting blown out doesn't push you to improve, maybe it's time to take a hard look at ourselves." What was meant to be a night celebrating Barbie turned instead into Caitlin Clark's showcase, with even rival fans cheering her on in a stadium that should have been hostile.
Leader in Iowa. One person takes it to the finals. She loses, but they had nobody else. And she scored more points in college than Pistol Pete Maravich, who he died in an interesting way. Yeah. So why do you think it's happening? Why do you think it's happening?
You're picking one word? One word?
Is
DEI. Is it race?
No.
Woke? Is it race?
No.
Feminism?
No.
Progressive?
It's one word to me, and it's underdog.
Caitlin Clark could be raising the tide and lifting all boats. And I think Angel Reese needs to take a pill because there is a great opportunity here. And I think jealousy is reigning supreme.
With just under 4 minutes remaining, the crowd rose to give Caitlin Clark a standing ovation as she exited the court, marking her third 30-point game of the season.
Nobody was talking about your league. Nobody cared about the WNBA until that girl, Caitlin Clark, I don't care what color she is. She's ridiculous. She's nasty. And now people are watching and you guys are talking shit about her. Like, what are you guys doing? They're sabotaging the whole thing. She should leave. She should have got those other contracts. Where does she have a contract to go somewhere else?
Big Three.
She should have gone to the Big Three. To hell with the WNBA. They're nothing. They're nobody.
$50 million. The WNBA lost $50 million. The only reason they make it is because the NBA kind of gives money to them to help them out. It's a lost cause every year. It's a political deal.
Even in what's supposed to be hostile territory, Clark received a hero send-off. In the opposing arena in Chicago, Caitlin Clark's presence was impossible to ignore. Her jerseys outnumbered any other, making her merchandise nearly as ubiquitous as a Yankee cap. Fans decked out in Clark gear, from jerseys to t-shirts, created an atmosphere reminiscent of an NCAA tournament, showing just how far her star power has reached.
Asked about the foul. Look how different the response is.
By Angel Reese, what's going through your mind and how you just stay within yourself to finish the game?
What's going through my mind is I need to make these 2 free throws. That's all I'm thinking about. It's just a part of basketball. It is what it is. Trying to make a play on the ball and get the block. But yeah, I mean, it happens. And those free throws, when you have to shoot them with nobody at the line, are kind of hard. So it's a little different than having people.
Technically, it was an away game for the Fever, but with the overwhelming fan support, it felt like they had home court advantage. The night was disastrous for the Sky. Clark dominated, leading the Fever to a decisive victory, while Reese continued padding her stats during inconsequential minutes, a truly disappointing display. Adding to the drama, Caitlin Clark was knocked down by Diamond Shields in one of 2 flagrant fouls committed against her.
I think I don't think the WNBA is ready for this type of attention that she's bringing to them. That attitude. There was another player that was crying after a regular season game, and you said the R word, Tom. I don't know why you were like blocking it. Racist.
Honestly, how can that even be considered part of the game? It had nothing to do with real basketball, and yet it happened. Once again, it highlights how poorly Teresa Weatherspoon is managing the team. Honestly, how can that even be called part of the game? It didn't resemble basketball in the slightest. Once again, it underscores how poorly Teresa Weatherspoon is managing the team.